In today's session, we're on a submarine and we're going to talk about the power of sexual abstinence. In the same way that a submarine can keep you safe in an inhospitable condition that should kill you, it'll keep you alive. So, in the same way, can your commitment to sexual abstinence preserve your life in a culture that would love to see you crumble? We're standing on board the USS Cabela. It's a World War II era submarine. And as you take a look around, you see all the different bunks and different controls and gauges. And at its heart, though, what a submarine is, it's a space that allows people to stay alive in an environment where they wouldn't ordinarily be able to survive. In a submarine, you can go deep in the ocean and the pressure of the outside doesn't affect you on the inside. In the same way, when we come to talk about sexual abstinence and when we talk about moral purity is our submarine. It's our special, safe place in a world that presses in on us from every direction and every angle. There's pressure from every angle that the world around us tries to crush in on us. But thankfully, we have a refuge, a safe place that we can turn to and find security. First Peter 2:11 says, "Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims that you abstain from fleshly lust which war against the soul." There's a war going on around us. Sometimes in the day-to-day life that we live, I think sometimes we forget that the culture around you does not have your best interest at heart. It's pushing on you and it's pulling you in ways that ordinarily as people who try to live lives of holiness and try to live lives that are pleasing to God, we know we're not supposed to go that way, but sometimes just by being exposed to it and being immersed in it, we begin to take on water in our vessel. As we walk around this submarine, you begin to notice that it's not really built for comfort. It's not really the nicest looking thing in the world. It's built for survival. It's built to keep you safe. It's built to keep you from sinking. And so, likewise, our commitment in light of the war around us, our commitments sometimes come across as, well, that's inconvenient to my flesh. Well, of course it is, because your flesh is at war with the Spirit. But when you let the Spirit lead you, then the decisions that you make in your flesh keep you safe. Culture would love to put you under and to wash you away in a flood, but we find in our commitments, in abstinence, we find the strength to survive and stay strong and stay alive in a culture that wishes that it was a different story altogether. The Bible says that we're to be in the world, but not of the world. Sexual abstinence is part of ensuring that that's the truth. It ensures that we have a witness in the world without being a casualty of the world. We're around people every day who are going in the wrong direction and making the wrong decisions. And part of our job is to stand as a light and stand as proof that, you know what, you can live a life that pleases God. You can live a life of good decisions and making right choices when it comes to your relationships and making right choices when it comes to abstinence. But you have to decide that you're going to be in the place of safety, that you're going to be in the place of abstinence, and you're going to find the strength to stand when everything around you says falling is the right thing, giving in is the right thing, caving in. Just give in to culture, give in to the crush of it from the outside. But in truth, you can build a place with your commitment. You can build a place where sexual abstinence is not just some abstract idea that we talk about, but it's a real thing that keeps you with a testimony, it keeps you pure, and it keeps you prepared to be a witness in the world that you live in. Abstinence is the submarine. It's the thing that builds the barrier around you that keeps the world on the outside from becoming the world on the inside. So you've got to make some decisions today. And as you move into discussion in this small group session or in your class setting, remember that sometimes you're going to have to make some decisions that draw some lines and build a space where the things that are around you that would try to swamp you and pull you under can't get in, because you've made a decision. You've decided that sexual abstinence is not just some far out concept for somebody else, but it's for you. It's something you can do. It's a commitment you can live up to, and it can be part of who you are in your walk with Jesus Christ. The thing to remember about a submarine is that it's not primarily a defensive mechanism. It's an offensive mechanism. It's something that's meant to go to war, not just to merely keep you safe and keep you protected and keep you in your little enclosure, but it's a method of going out there and fighting for what's right. By the same token, your commitment to sexual abstinence is an offensive decision that you make. It's not just something to keep you safe, but it's something whereby we take what we believe and put it on display for the world. This is who we are, and we make no apologies for it. The world says to do one thing and to believe one thing, but we believe that by standing strong, we take our message and shout our message as loud as we can, that this is who we are and this is what we believe. Another thing to remember is that sexual abstinence is a personal weapon against the kingdom of the enemy in my life. By deciding, by making the decision, I have taken back ground that the devil is trying to take from me. I'm taking back ground, and by doing so, I'm taking the battle to my enemy and not just passively waiting on the winds and waves of culture to act on me, but I'm making my decision to do what I can do to make a difference.